What's good, folks? It's RFG back at it today, and I'm here to go over my opinion and how I feel about the whole moon landing situation, or the fake moon landing situation that took place on July 20th, 1969. Now, there are many people out there who have looked at the video footage and some of the photos and, the camera footage of what was shown to the world, okay, on July 20th, 1969, when they stated that the United States landed on the moon successfully. Many people believe that, our government was never capable of going to the moon, was never, able to have the technology to do what they said they did, okay? So, basically, I'm going to give my whole synopsis, my whole take on what went down during this time period right here, okay? So I'm going to get right into it. On July 20th, 1969, all of this, everything you see right here, was indeed shot at a Hollywood set, okay? With blue screen, green screen, or whatever you want to call it, okay? The moon landing was fake, okay? But what I will say is, even though this moon landing right here was fake, that does not mean that our government does not have the technology to go to the moon, okay? So let me explain real quick. If I was hiding the fact that the earth was upside down, okay? If I was hiding the fact that the earth has holes in both poles, if I was hiding the fact that there are secret satellites orbiting the earth that I don't want the people to know about, I'm definitely gonna, I'm only gonna give people fake pictures of the earth, okay? Also, okay, the main reason why this had to be faked was because before this happened, 3 years before this happened, our government actually landed on the moon, and they were voyaging on the moon, and they discovered a base on the dark side of the moon that happened to be inhabited by draconian beings and insectoids, and those individuals who worked for the secret space agency, many of them were harvested, many of them were killed, okay? And the survivors that were able to make it back to the earth, they told the U.S. government that, the draconians told them never to come back to the moon, okay? And that's why we have never been back to the moon. No country has ever went back to the moon. And ladies and gentlemen, our government landed on the moon, at least 3 years before 1969, okay? If not earlier. This right here was a hoax, all right? Because when they really landed on the moon 3 years before this, they were kicked off of the moon. Many people were harvested. Many people were killed. And it was done by the draconians. They have a base on the moon. On the dark side, they also have a base inside of the moon. Okay? On the dark side and inside of the moon. Okay, the moon is hollow just like the earth. Okay? Most planets in this solar system, I believe, are hollow. Okay? So, like I said, if you want to hide the fact that the earth is upside down, that the earth has holes in both poles, you want to hide the fact that there are secret satellites orbiting the earth, and of course you're never going to tell the people about the draconian and the insectilian presence on the moon. Okay? Why the fuck? People, it's time for critical thinking. Why the fuck would they tell us? If those things really existed, why the fuck would they tell us? Okay? Of course, they're going to stage a fake event, you see, 3 years later, and tell you everything is all good, everything is all gravy, and then never fucking go back to the moon. 79, 89, 99, 2009, 2019. In 51 years, we haven't been back to the fucking moon in 51 years. You people better wake the fuck up. Okay? This shit right here was staged because 3 years before this, secret members of the secret space agency were confronted, killed, and harvested by draconian insectoid beings, and the survivors that made it back to the Earth, they told our government that the draconians told them to never come back to the moon. And I mean, shit, math doesn't lie. Math doesn't lie. Last time they said we went back was 1969, right? And they haven't made it public since that they made it back there, and it's been 51 years. If we're supposedly the most advanced technology, they should have been making this public shit on a weekly basis. So that tells you there is something on the moon that does not want a human presence there. Okay? And what I'm saying is also backed up by Dogon elders and Zulu elders as well. Okay? And for everybody who wants to say that these satellites that are orbiting the Earth, that they don't exist, okay, I'm about to completely shatter your paradigm right now, okay? These are pictures taken by amateur telescopes. These are pictures taken with amateur telescopes that you can see for yourself, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, satellites do exist. Satellites do exist, okay? And these pictures that I'm showing you do not come from NASA. They are taken with amateur fucking telescopes. Okay, so you know what's crazy? You have a whole bunch of people that bought into the flat earth bullshit, and it's so laughable. It's so fucking laughable. It's not, I mean, it's not even funny anymore. You know what I'm saying? You know how shit can get so cold that it gets hot? This flat earth shit is so funny that it's not even funny anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's a real serious problem. And you guys have to really reevaluate your critical thinking skills. Because like I said, if satellites don't exist, what the fuck is this? These are taken from amateur telescopes. People like you and me. You know what I'm saying? So are you going to tell us that these aren't really satellites? These are fucking hologram machines being projected? Come on, man. Give me a break, man. Give me a fucking break. Okay? If you look at the moon with an amateur telescope, you can clearly see that the moon is a spherical object with spherical craters. The moon has spherical craters on it, which means it was hit with spherical objects. Do you get it? Okay? Holy shit. I mean, it's sad, man. It's really sad, you know. It's really sad. But I'm gonna show you the elder, okay, the Zulu elder that backs up what I'm saying right now. Okay? So, like I said, this is what I believe happened. And there are Illuminati cards that back up what I'm saying. Okay? So right here, we have a movie called Apollo 18. In the movie called Apollo 18 that came out in 2011, the United States landed on the moon, and they discovered that there were dead Russians. There were dead Russian astronauts on the moon, okay, and their bodies were harvested, and there were extraterrestrial entities in and on the moon, okay, and there were a few American astronauts who got harvested, and they also had an extraterrestrial parasite enter their body, which made them go crazy. Okay? And the survivors went back to the Earth, and they told the government that the beings told them to never come back. Okay? This was all shown in the Apollo 18 movie. And like I said, if you think it's bullshit, there's also Illuminati cards that prove there is a moon base on the moon. Okay, you have an Illuminati card called moon base. You have an Illuminati card called miraculous manifestation that shows a man, an astronaut on the moon, looking at a moon base right here. You see? You see? So this is why they had to stage that event, okay, of them landing on the moon. That's because this happened right here. Miraculous manifestation and moon base. You see? And you know, most of these cards hold great significance and hold a lot of weight. Okay? So when we look at this, you see, these two cards, this is why they had to fake the moon landing 3 years after the incident that transpired on the moon. Okay? And you see, this right here, this right here has nothing to do with this. Let me repeat myself. This right here has nothing to do with this. This right here came to the forefront and blew up out of nowhere in 2015 because so many people were waking up, and there were actually groups of people who wanted to come together and actually remove politicians from power who were responsible for 9/11. So when the truther community was at full strength, that is when this shit came to the forefront. And this came to the forefront to divide, discredit, and distract the truther community. So you know what this is? You know what this is right here? This is called a psyop. This is called a psyop. Okay? A psychological operation that was sprouted from the CIA and the FBI. You see? Operation Mindfuck. Okay? And this has fucked over many people. Many people, man. Very sad. And, you know, when it comes to critical thinking, I'm just going to ask everyone listening. Phil Schneider was a man who worked on secret underground military bases all across the United States. And he gave public lectures on what he found and what our government was up to and what agendas they had, okay? And he talked about the interterrestrials and the extraterrestrials that our government is working with, okay? And, you know, he ended up dead a few months after his most popular lectures. So, you know, that's not a coincidence. He definitely didn't say that our government was hiding a fucking flat earth. Don't you think if this man was really if he was really a whistleblower and he really worked for the government, you see what I'm saying? The secret government underground, and he knew most of the fucking government secrets. He had a security clearance that not even the fucking president can have. Okay? So you don't, if they were trying to hide the fucking shape of the earth from you, you don't think Phil Schneider would have fucking told you that? Holy shit. Holy shit. Not only Phil Schneider, okay, is a credible whistleblower, we also have an elder of the Zulu tribe, which I've shown many times before, named Credo Mutwa. And Credo Mutwa states in many of his lectures that the Zulu teach that humanity comes from the planet Mars, and humanity was placed in the tropics to mine for precious metals and precious resources. Okay? That is heliocentrism. Credo Mutwa is also on record stating that the moon is inhabited by draconian beings. By draconian beings. You see? Here's Credo Mutwa right here. You see? And here's the painting of the reptilian humanoid-like being, okay, that he says exists on the moon. So here you have a Zulu elder from the Zulu tribe, never been indoctrinated in a Western education system, Everything that he knows comes directly from the Zulu tribe's teachings. And he's telling you that the Zulu teach that the moon is inhabited by demonic beings. Okay? This is also backed up by Illuminati cards, moon base, miraculous manifestation. This is why the moon landing was faked 3 years later. Okay? If they're going on secret voyages, they're not going to tell the fucking public about it. Okay? So they had to really do it and take the risk. The people who died. The survivors went back, said that the Draconians told them to never come back. So we've never been back in 51 years. This was also shown in the Apollo 18 movie. Okay? And it's also backed up by Credo Mutua and Phil Schneider. So who are you going to believe? Who are you going to believe? Credo Mutua, okay, Phil Schneider and Credo Mutua? Or are you going to believe, you see what I'm saying, Eric Duguay? Are you going to believe Eric Duguay, who shows CGI photos of a fucking flat horizon? See what I'm saying? And I know those photos are CGI because if they're not, he would be able to show me multiple continents that are flattened out. Somebody challenge Eric Dubé right now to come forth with a fucking video footage or a photo of multiple continents flattened out. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Certain people just aren't able to critically think. You know what I'm saying? Common sense is not common anymore. So this agency right here actually exists. The Black Budget Government. Go research the Black Budget Government. They have excavated our ancestors' ancient technology under pyramid structures, and they've taken that technology back to underground secret military facilities where they have reverse engineered it and claimed it as their own. Okay? So what they actually have is the secret space program. NASA is not the real space program, folks. Okay? It's called the secret space program. Go research the Aurora spacecraft. Go research the latest and the newest stealth aircraft. Okay? All of that is reverse engineered ancient Atlantean technology that comes from ancient melanated gods. Okay? See, the government has an agenda. They want smartphones. They want smart tablets. They want smart TVs. They want smart watches. They want smart cars. They want smart security home security systems. They want smart consoles. They want smart video games that are virtual reality. You see? But they want dumb fucking humans. They want dumb fucking humans. Because there is a transhumanism agenda going on, and that agenda is to trap human consciousness into a 2D reality, so we will not reach a fifth dimensional vibration, so our consciousness will not transcend to fifth density. Okay? See, the transcending from 3D to 5D is not physical. It's not fucking physical, folks. It's spiritual and it's mental. You see? So the lights that are being emitted in all of this artificial technology, that is two-dimensional. That is two-dimensional light. Two-dimensional light waves. Two-dimensional light. False light. Okay, and they're gonna trap a lot of you in it. A lot of you are gonna go down with the beast, with the demons, with the false light. Because like I said, you didn't listen to the messengers and you didn't recognize the signs. You see? And this flat earth bullshit is also geared to keep your consciousness in 2D. You see? Because a globe earth and globe-like planets and a heliocentric cosmos, that's 3D. That's 3D. That's a three-dimensional universe. A flat plane with a flat disk for a sun and a flat disk for a moon and a fucking dome over the flat plane, that's 2D. That's 2D. That's a 2D fucking hologram. Do you know what that means? The 3D realm is already a hologram. You see what I'm saying? So when our consciousness breaks out of that and ascends into 5D, you see, we will have broken out of the fucking hologram. But what you did by accepting the flat earth bullshit is you dropped from 3D consciousness all the way back to 2D consciousness. Ooga booga caveman flat earth bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That's what you did. And the flat earth with the dome, that is your prison. That is a prison for your soul. You're going to stay being reincarnated into new bodies over and over and over again, because that's where your consciousness went. You see, heliocentrism is godlike. Heliocentrism is godlike. Okay? It's godlike. And if God is the ultimate all-knowing being, an all-powerful being, okay? This creator is not going to create just one flat fucking plane with a dome over it. Oh no. He's going to give all of the sentient beings free will. Okay? He's going to create, or she's going to create multiple planets, multiple stars, multiple galaxies, multiple realms, multiple universes. Okay? Because this right here is nothing but a larger replica of the structure of an atom. Solar systems are nothing but a replica, a larger replica of the structure of atoms. That's all they are. That's all they are. See what I'm saying? Like I said, you flat brainers got hit with a big ass whammy by the CIA and the FBI. Okay, there are hundreds of billions of stars in this galaxy. There's galaxies with trillions of stars, and then there's trillions of galaxies. See? And then there are billions and trillions of different universes. This is your reality if God is really all-knowing and all-powerful. This is your real reality. Right here. Okay? You know what I'm saying? And those are just the facts. Those are just the facts, man. So, you know what I'm saying? That's my take on the whole fake moon landing situation. Yes, I do believe this right here was faked. Okay, that's why you see the Illuminati card. But this Illuminati card has to do with moon base and miraculous manifestation. It has nothing to do with this. until this is proven forensically, mathematically, and historically. You know what I'm saying? The people who believe this, I don't even consider real truthers. I don't. Anyone who denies forensic, mathematical, and historic archaeological evidence has been sucked back into a religion. And that's why I proved the original pushers of the flat earth were religious zealots and the Vatican. And that has been proven. You see, the Aztecs and the Mayans did not believe in a flat earth. You know why? If that's true, we would see in hieroglyphics of their supposed flat earth belief. The only thing we have are paintings that come from the 19th century that state that the indigenous culture supposedly believed in flat earth. All of that bullshit is nothing but 19th century paintings from Europeans. Okay? And I can prove that. When you go into the hieroglyphics in Sumeria, okay, in the first dynasty in Egypt, with the ancient Mayans, They all professed heliocentrism. That's why the Mayans created a ball game called Pitz, P-I-T-Z, representing a spherical sun, a spherical earth, moving through the cosmos. Go research it yourself. Okay? So like I said, this is what the moon landing was faked for, right here, these Illuminati cards. So that's all I had to say on this topic. I appreciate everyone who supports RFG and Atlantean movement. I also appreciate everyone who's been supporting the Patreon account as well. Okay, please like, share, and subscribe. It's the Chosen One, man. I'm out.